Hello everybody, welcome back to Zentendo. We're doing episode 2 here on Fire Emblem Heroes. Today our opponent is the Grand Hero battle for Ursula, the Blue Crow boss. She's very confusing. She's not that hard, but there's certain aspects of her map that make her really hard if you're not prepared for them. So I'm going to go through it kind of slow, and I'll explain why it's not as hard as it appears to be. Distant counter completely breaks this map, by the way. Units with distant counter just absolutely destroy it. But anyway, the reason why people get blown up really bad on this map is these two guys right here. Their weapons are Poison Dagger Plus, and what that does, like for instance, if I go to move Ursula, you see how they have the exclamation mark on them? They do bonus damage against infantry units, and that's why a lot of people are getting blown up, because infantry is the majority of the units in the game. So you need some good units that are not infantry that can take these guys down. So that's why I'm bringing Hector, because Hector has distant counter, and he's not an infantry unit, he's an armor unit, so he does not take bonus damage. And that's also why I brought Xander, the exact same reason. So this is the formation that you're going to want to leave your guys in. You got Xander at the top, Hector at the bottom, generic blue mage, I'm using Lind, doesn't matter which one you use, and generic dancer, I'm using Ursula, but it doesn't matter which one you use. So, end your turn. Now watch the thief down here at the bottom suicide into Hector. Yep. And he's dead. Okay. And then all the rest of the guys are just going to kind of come in. Now, the horse here at the bottom and Ursula are going to move next. Now, the horse can't reach anyone because he's not ranged. He's only got a sword. But Ursula here is going to reach only Hector, and she's going to suicide into Hector because Hector has type advantage against her. Now, this thief right here is going to come up and he's going to attack Xander, because Xander's the only one that he can reach. And Xander is not an infantry unit, he's a cavalry unit, so he does not get the bonus damage, and he's just going to suicide himself into Xander. So we'll just hang out and watch them kill themselves. Unfortunately, Xander is not fast enough to double the thief, but that's okay. Ursula suicides into Hector. Dead. And then the horse comes up. Now this is what the blue mage is here for. It's just to kill the horse. So it doesn't actually have to be Lind. It can be Spring Lucina, it can be Olwen, it can be Reinhardt. It doesn't matter. It probably doesn't even need to be a blue mage. It could probably be, you know, Takumi or something. It doesn't matter. It's just someone here to kill that guy. Could even be a lancer, I'm sure. We're going to leave Xander up there so that the assassin will attack him one more time and die, which he's about to do. Dead, okay. And now this little one movement heavy knight is going to come down, and we're just going to cut him off with Xander by moving Xander down here, Lind up out of the way, and then we'll let the dancer dance for Xander. That's the only reason the dancer's here, is for this one move, so it can be anyone. It can be a 2-star or 1-star Olivia. Doesn't matter, because she's never going to get touched, and all she's here for is to do that. So let's drop Xander right here, and then let the guy attack him. Okay. And then just like that, he's dead. And that's the fight. It's really, really easy as long as you don't fall into the trap of letting those assassins reach your infantry units. It doesn't matter how tanky your infantry unit is. Like, that's why I don't use Ike or Ephraim for this. Because even with defenses like theirs, those assassins are going to rip through them because they're infantry units. you gotta use, in my opinion, you have to use Xander for this map. You have to. And then for the bottom, I pretty much feel like you're going to want to use Hector 99% of the time. I know not everyone has Hector. Everyone has Xander for the most part. Not everyone has Hector, I know. I'm sure there's replacements for him. I haven't done it without him for the strategy. But the important thing is that your unit that hides down there is not an infantry unit, and it's not a red unit. So if you can get a green flyer is actually probably your second best bet. Someone like Spring Camilla, or maybe a distant countering Minerva if for some reason you fed your Hector off or you got dupe Hectors. Alright, let's get out of this menu. And then I'm going to go over the team here at the top again. Ursula here, doesn't matter who it is. You can do Olivia, the free one, because she's free, those of you who don't know. Or Ninian, doesn't matter. Hector, there's very few replacements, but you can. I prefer to use him. Xander is pretty much mandatory because he runs half the map. And then Lind can be anyone that can kill that archer, or I'm sorry, anyone that can kill that swordsman in one turn. Whether it's a mage or an archer, it doesn't matter. Just someone ranged that doesn't have to really mess with the sword guy. I guess you could probably do it with a tanky lancer like Ephraim or Effie also if you want to. I just never bothered because why do it up close if you can use range and never have to get hit. But anyway, that's how you take care of Ursula. She is a lot harder on her face than she actually is in the fight. But she is really good to have when you get her. She's a decent sub for Reinhardt on a Cavalry Emblem team, which are a lot of fun to play. I don't know who's coming out next. I hope someone good comes out on the next Grand Hero battle. Someone a little bit harder than Ursula would be good. Xander was fun. He was a little bit harder to figure out, whereas Ursula, all of them kind of just walk into the meat chipper. But anyway, if you guys have any questions, you need some help with your specific box on how to beat Ursula, as always, you can find me on Twitter, or you can find me in the comments down below. Just post a link to your box, and I will try to help you out. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye.